Welcome to Houston, home of the Astros, NASA, and the Houston 48-Hour Film Project. 70 teams of filmmakers are given 48 hours to create a 4 to 7 minute short film. This is a documentary about one of those teams, Moon Unit 9, and our experience. After 45 hours of inconsistent rest, Michael finally goes to bed, and most of the crew gets some much-needed sleep. But the deadline is closing in, and Paul stays up to begin the post-production process. Not everything goes to plan, and he discovers camera 2's footage is unusable.
Something strange happened with our camera 2. We were shooting a number of cross shots with both cameras, and one of the cameras, when we were digitizing it in, the first 4 or 5 shots came across fine, and then after that everything came across double speed with the normal speed sound, and it was very strange. And so everybody else went to bed. I've left that alone and just was doing what I can with what we have. Although I think Michael thinks he can do something with it, but we'll see. So we have enough footage we can put something together with what's remaining, and anything we can get off of that tape after that's just going to be bonus to make it all look better.
At the moment, I'm making breakfast for the man that's been up all night editing. Well, all morning, since nobody went to bed till 5. But we wrapped up very late. Most of us got a few hours of sleep. And so when I got up this morning, first thing I asked the man still up is, what do you need? He said, protein. Therefore, he gets breakfast first. So, I'll just be getting everything ready for everybody else as they wake up and wander in so that they can get something into their stomach to finish out the day. That's about it.
It is now, what time is it? Anyone?
30 almost.
It's 1:30 and we have until basically 5 o'clock to finish our final cut so we can render it on time and get it in by the deadline. We have an hour drive back to Misha's house, and he's going to have to rock out and edit. Yep. That's where we're at.
Well, we wrote a very complicated story, which made it hard to do in a short period of time, and just took a really long time to edit. And we missed the 7:30 deadline, and then we nearly missed the midnight deadline to get it in the screening. So I worked as quickly as I could. I guess it was kind of a disaster in that I wasn't able to go to our own wrap party, and I wasn't able to talk to anybody and really explain to anybody what was going on, because every second counted. And it was, I think the movie we submitted, it's like a last minute term paper with a number of typos, So I'm looking forward to making a director's cut.
But it was a long 48 hours. It's a little disappointing that we didn't make the judging deadline, since that was one of my goals, but I think it was one of all of our goals. But with the camera problem we had, I think Misha did his best. What's the best thing about the weekend, I think, was the camaraderie, that we built. In the end, even though we missed the deadline, we still have a movie that will screen on Wednesday, and then Misha will be able to cut into his own director's cut, spend some time with it, spend a couple of months, spend a couple of weeks, whatever it is, and come up with a movie that he's really proud of to put on his reel.
I really feel like when we were in the thick of production, making the movie, just actually doing that stuff, being a part of it, feeling like I was a part of it, and making it happen. Watching the actors, and it was really delightful to me to watch the actors and them, kind of get their roles right after a couple of takes, you know, get their scenes right and feel the part. And I think everybody, and the energy as we were filming was great, especially in that restaurant. There was something, it just started to all coalesce and feel kind of magical.
The best thing about this weekend was probably when it was like 2 in the morning and was holding like a 7-foot rod with 2 paper lanterns duct taped to the end of it over a car for lighting. And it just sort of realized, like, hey, I'm part of a film crew. We're making this short film. And it was I don't know, it was just a really nice payoff moment. Like, I really felt part of the team and like we were making something worthwhile. It was neat.
It's always great to meet creative people, and especially creative people that work in other mediums, I guess it would be, than I do.
Best thing about the weekend, I guess, is the people I met.
I was just going to ask you, if you have anything to say to Michael, what would you like to tell him?
Thank you. Sorry. And better luck next time.
The moral is write a 5-page script with 3 locations. That's the moral.
And lots of sex scenes.
And lots of sex. And next time I write a role for Josh, it will not be sexually ambiguous.
Thank you.
It will be a blatantly heterosexual character.
Chewing on beef jerky and
Chewing on
nails and shit.
But then maybe like the character's acting too butch because he's trying to cover something up.
So,
See? So it'll be
What was the last
organically.
And what was the last thing? Brownies or cookies?
I think it was, what was a dessert party?
it was probably hash brownies.
No, it was cookies, Jägermeister, and Cuban cigars.
And a giraffe.
Yeah, and well, I won't even mention the girl. There was a girl in there somewhere. I won't mention that part. Yeah, let's wrap, everybody.
It's time to say goodbye to Houston. With the project complete, we all make our way back to our everyday lives. As I contemplate my experience, I gain a greater appreciation of the artistic talents of our team. This was a friendship project, and it pushed all of us to our limits. By working within the confines of the 48-hour deadline, we learned to surrender to the universe and allow creativity to flourish.
Made from real lemons?